Testing.
Testing.
1, 2, 3.
Right.
Oh, we're actually doing the podcast.
You're not supposed to exist right now.
That was. Welcome to Chaos, from chaos to country. If you hear any background noise, it's not only the woodpeckers, it's my husband making his coffee.
Are you making his coffee?
Yeah, he's making his coffee. Right now, he is going to his office, which is up.
Stuff for my own people.
His office is in my bedroom.
And he got dressed on his own today too. Yay!
Yay!
It was Zoom on top,
Business
party on the bottom. Yeah, business on top. And you might be wondering, Ro, who is that person? But you do know her because she's in all my TikToks. She's my bestie, and she's here in Georgia. And that's what might be throwing you off. Like, how do you have a guest? Because you're not set up for even doing a regular podcast. And here I have a guest, Nadia. And guess what, everybody? Big news if you don't already know this. Nadia is relocating. Now, some people in Georgia might be like, not another Californian.
Especially from LA.
Oh my God. But guess what, you guys? I don't know what to tell you. This state.
We're starting a movement.
Yeah, it's great. We love it. There's a forest. You guys, are chill. You know, it's affordable. There's cardinals everywhere. There's deer.
And even if we don't like you, there's enough space to stay away from you.
You don't have to. Could you hold off on your podcast you're listening to till you get upstairs, babe? Thanks.
Or you could just give us some views and watch ours. Thank you.
So, I've been sharing my journey. I like to say it in a certain way. My journey.
Your journey.
My journey. My spiritual journey. Just kidding.
Take the girl out of LA, but you can't take LA out of the girl.
Same applies for New York, because I'm like, what the F? Several times a day. Everybody's been listening. I have 3 listeners. Solid 3 listeners.
Solid.
Love you guys. You are what makes this podcast. All 3 of you. And I will send you stickers. Anyway, not like merchandise stickers, because I gave those all away or threw them in recycling bin, but I have stickers from the kids.
Just like unicorn stickers.
Yeah, and dinosaurs.
Arguably better.
Or Minecraft. But I've been sharing why we relocated and how we did it and what it's like now. But we need to hear your point, Nadia, of what was... Okay, I will say that I have shared my aha moment of when we needed to leave. As you probably know, was when we lived in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and Jacob was pooping on the toilet, and Chris said, I need to use the bathroom, and Jacob was like, sorry, bro. Use the training potty. And Chris, who some of you know is 6'7", 350, picked the training potty up and pissed in it. Could have been worse. Could have been the bathtub. Could have been the bush outside. But that's
or
when
he
I
could
was
have had
like,
the poo.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Great point. God. Yeah. Could have been that. So that was kind of like that moment. Like, we need to do something with our lives right now. We need to change this. I don't care if this is rent controlled. We got to get out. We got to get a house. So what was your aha moment?
I think mine was like a creeping aha moment where it was just like, okay, she left, which she's has been my major support, and being a mom successfully is all about community. And I started a business in LA, which I love. I love it.
It's amazing. A cafe.
But I'm tired. I'm so tired. I work every day, and
literally she
works
every day.
Even if I'm not at the trailer, I'm stocking or cooking or doing something.
And not just for her kids and her husband and running a house. I'm talking about for the cafe.
Yeah, just for the cafe. Yeah, cooking for the cafe and then cooking for my family, and just it's a lot. But I think my creeping aha moment was when I realized how much money the trailer was making, and we still couldn't afford to expand or upgrade our living space. The rains came, our ceiling caved in because of leaks in the ceiling. We're in a rent-controlled apartment, which is amazing. But, they want us to move out, so they're like, If you don't like it, you can leave. And then they just like drag their feet on fixing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we need more space. You need more space. When you have all of your work inside your living space, like actually inside your living space. So my living room is my living room, my dining room, and my cafe prep. So I have an extra fridge. I have my grinders. I have my brewers. I have a rack filled with all the ingredients needed to make my syrups. That's all in one living room. And then my bedroom is our gym, which has my exercise bike, my husband's desk, and our bed. And the kids' room is the kids' room and the laundry room. So it's just like, there's just no space. And as the kids get bigger and they start tumbling and jumping and doing stuff, and we have zero backyard, I'm like, I am so stressed out, working so hard for so little. And so is my husband, that my body is starting to break down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gained so much weight. My eczema is uncontrolled. My diet is really poor because I'm so busy I'm forgetting to eat, which is weird because I'm gaining weight. Because when I do eat, I eat whatever's in front of me. It doesn't matter if it's good for me or bad for me. I'm just like, oh my God, I have a headache and I might die. So I have to eat something. So it was like a creeping aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is not sustainable. What am I working for? Why are we working so hard for so little?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I know how hard you were working, and I know that. I mean, some people could be like, well, if you really wanted to, you could go to a park or blah, blah, blah. And like, we've done that. And also, parks in LA are not always safe. And you shouldn't have to just do that. The kids should be able to go outside and run and have independence.
So let's talk about LA parks, though.
Yes.
Because it's not like you can go to a park and you can relax. When you go to a park in Los Angeles, especially if you're the first one there for the day, you have to do your due diligence. And as a parent, you need to inspect that park for needles or used condoms, which we have experienced that.
Van Nuys.
Uh-huh.
Sherman Oaks Park.
It was Sherman Oaks Park.
It was Van Nuys Sherman Oaks Park.
Oh, God.
VSNO.
So you have to inspect that for also like alcohol bottles, glass that can be broken. So you have to inspect all of that.
Especially if there's a sand pit.
Especially if there's a sand pit. And then after you've done your inspection and your kids start playing, you have to be super vigilant because they are sharing the space with the unhoused.
Mm-hmm.
And the unhoused are largely unhoused for a reason because they are not capable of making really great choices because they might be mentally impaired, which means they could make dangerous choices for your children, and your children don't understand that.
Nope.
So you have to be ready to run interference all the time.
All the time.
So it's not, going to the park is not relaxing.
No.
Nothing is relaxing.
No.
There's no break.
No. And I think we don't have a lot of time because, one, we don't do a very long podcast here, but we also have to go look at a house.
We're looking at houses for us.
Yay. Which is fun because, I don't know, I have some weird thing about liking to go into people's houses.
I love it.
I think it's so cool.
I think people are really weird and make really weird choices.
Yeah, and I love seeing it.
And I like to be judgmental.
But she's going to be back in May because she's doing all the things that she can also share because Nadia has a different point of view. We had a different way of buying our house and the funds we used or how we allocated things, and Nadia's got a totally different point of view where she can offer some insight into what to do when you have a certain amount of money down, or you know FHA loans or whatever you have to do to make it happen when you feel like you don't have the resources.
Yeah, we call it the escape plan for extremely poor people.
See, extremely poor in LA, thriving in Georgia.
Business owners.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of have a business. I do have a business. We're going to put that out there. I have a business. I'm in the business of humor. She's in the business of coffee. So together, it's a winning combo. So we're going to see her again in May. And then we're going to see her for living here in hopefully July. So you got to follow her on Plantate Cafe on Instagram and TikTok.
plantatecafe.la.
Soon to be .ga.
No, we're going to keep it LA.
Okay, fine.
We're going to honor our roots.
Okay, you're right. Honor the roots. Honor the roots, but get out of there. Okay. Thank you for joining us. We'll have another episode of Chaos, from Chaos to Country, next week. Bye. Gonna pause.